there. Welcome back. A little hiatus, but welcome back to our, it's been so long actually, Matt. I don't know what we're calling this. It's our interest rate series.
Yeah, I think that's what we called it.
Just
got very creative with that one.
Just the interest rate series. We're back and better than ever. And Matt looks just perfectly bronzed from a little time away in the sun.
Oh, good.
And we're here to talk a little bit more about interest rates and the impact that they're having on both buyers and sellers out there right now.
Yep, that's exactly right. So I'm going to start with kind of part one of today's tidbit. And that is the fact that, we've seen pretty drastic changes in the real estate market out there. We've calmed off the frenzy that was going on, and we're into a much more balanced market. We've said this before, that's very healthy for just our long-term just real estate market.
Health, growth.
Health, exactly. But a lot of people are talking about prices coming down as interest rates rise, and there's some global crises happening. We have the stock market that's come off, probably close to 20% this year. So a lot of factors contributing to that decrease in demand. But one thing we were talking about is as these interest rates continue to rise, say they're 5.5%, 6%. There's going to be a lot of sellers out there that aren't going to want to put their home on the market or sell their home and give up their 2.5% to 3.5% mortgage. Yeah. So that's going to, even if the demand stays the same, that's going to cause a decrease in inventory, in supply, which will likely help stabilize pricing, if not cause prices to go up again.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it's kind of it's a little stalemate kind of. On the buyer's side, one aspect that we've seen that has caused lots of headache for folks is new construction buyers. And many of them got into contract, 6, 8, sometimes even 12 months ago when interest rates were at, high 2s, low 3s. And now, as they're locking rates, they're going to be in those mid 5s, upwards of 6. And so if you look at it, we took just the top end of the conforming loan limit, which is just under $650,000. That's a pretty common, especially with the prices we have, that's a very common number that you're going to see buyers settle in at, or borrowers, I should say, is right at the top of conforming. The difference between a 3.5% interest rate and a 5.5% interest rate is something like, what, $700
a month.
$700 a month. And so that's a big kind of pill to swallow. But if you pull out even further, Matt, and look at the, say, 2-year run, let's say you have that mortgage for 2 years, because hopefully this is not your forever mortgage. If you're getting into these mortgages, history would tell us that interest rates will come down in 18 to 24 months off of these rates that have elevated. So you're looking at probably 20-ish.
It's like $18,400, I think is what it said.
That's how much more you're paying over 2 years. You add in a couple $1,000s of a refi when the rates do improve, call it $20,000 just to round it off and make it simple. So then the question you have to ask yourself as a borrower is it worth still paying $20,000 more for that house? And I think for a lot of us, that answer is going to be yes, because of how much we believe in the overall appreciation of this market long term.
And a lot of those folks that got under contract on those new construction homes, let's just say 12 months ago, they have way more than $20,000 in equity in those homes. And
That's
so
exactly
it would be unwise to back out. But it's definitely a factor that's throwing some wrenches in transactions. Yeah. And we're seeing delays in constructions, and so these rate locks expire, and all of a sudden these buyers are looking at some pretty real differences in their mortgage payments. And so it'll be kind of interesting to see how it plays out. We're actually going to continue this series, bringing the professionals in and talking with some local lenders here. So that'll be really exciting.
Taking on the road
to get their insight. So look for those in the coming weeks. Hope you got some good meat out of this one today, and you enjoy this beautiful Tuesday.
We'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Our handles are shown here on the screen, and you can always find our contact information or more about us on www.buysellbend.com. Thanks.